And you see, Doc, I'm telling you all these emotionally deep and, intimate problems about my life and really opening up and sharing my thoughts with you. And it's quite scary for someone to share for a first time, and I'm really hoping that you'll be able to help me because, I'm talking about everything, all that's going on in my head, and I'm sitting here going, yes, Doc, I'm finally going to get some help and some advice that can really change my life. So please, what would you recommend? Mr. Norman, my advice would be to grow up. You need to get a good job and find some direction in life. And then you'll start to feel much better. Thank you. I'm sorry, what? So that video you just watched, let's get the start, was a actual conversation I had with a therapist. So I thought it'd be kind of funny to include that. I will be doing a video on my journey a few videos later on how I managed to get help and my experiences with it and what I think of it. I just want to say that the video at the start is not a attack on therapists that through the NHS or anything like that. This was just an experience that to me went wrong. So don't take this as a staple for getting help. So today's video I wanted to talk about a little bit more in depth what OCD or Pure O is and how and my experiences with it. So I did a bit of research because I wanted to be as factually correct as I could, and I want to make sure I got it right for you guys because that's why you're here. So I did some research and I wanted to check that it was all correct, because obviously if I'm trying to teach about this or educate or raise awareness, I need to make sure that I'm right and not just speaking from my own experiences, because that doesn't mean it's correct. It's just what I've experienced. So the first thing I found when Googling was that Pure O is not a medical condition. It is a form of OCD. So Pure O on its own doesn't exist. It's just a way to describe a certain type of OCD. I just wanted to clear that up so that, we could move on from that, because I think I was slightly wrong in the first video because I thought it was just another condition. It is just OCD, just a type with a branch of OCD. A branch of OCD. I can't say branch. A branch of OCD. There you go. So yeah, I just wanted to make that straight because I learned that. And yeah, so I googled OCD and the best description I found was purely obsessional OCD, also known as Pure O, is a type of OCD in which a sufferer engages in hidden compulsions. Instead of combating their intrusive thoughts with visible rituals, such as hand washing or counting, they perform repetitive mental rituals to minimize stress. So when I say we, I mean people with Pure O. I'm not trying to separate everyone, but it just makes it easier. So Pure O, when you get your intrusive thoughts, your way of dealing with it is mentally obsessing, which is overthinking, questioning your, who you are, questioning what kind of person you are, and all this kind of stuff. So it's not something, oh, this is coming to my head, the way I deal with this is to do a ritual. For example, washing your hands 12 times will make you feel better. Me, I have a few visible rituals that do help me feel better. So for example, I have 2 mugs. As the only mugs I will drink any hot drinks out of. I will not let anyone else use them. They are my 2 mugs, and drinking out of them makes me feel better. I have a specific spot at the dinner table. Only I can sit there. I will not feel comfortable eating unless I'm sitting in that spot. Fun enough, there's certain conditions though. But that's I can get into that. I plan to do a video on just my experiences fully. So I can go into that a bit more. And the other thing is, for example, I have to watch movies in order. I can't just sit down and go, oh, I really liked Harry Potter 6. I'm just going to watch that. I have to watch Harry Potter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So those, they're not the same as visible rituals. I cannot speak today. But they are some things that I have to do. I consider them a safety net. Because when everything in my head is going crazy and I'm overthinking, I've got these vividly violent or whatever thoughts going through my brain, having this one thing that's consistently been the same that I can control makes me feel better. It doesn't get rid of the thoughts, it just makes me feel safe. I kind of know, okay, this thing is constant, I'm going to be okay. I and get through it, that kind of stuff. It is hard for people to understand, and I understand it can be annoying, but for me, if I don't have that, it stresses me out a lot. I might not show it, but internally, it's horrible. And on that note, I just want to say to anyone that has to deal with my overthinking, at the time of recording this video, it's been a slightly rough week for me. For some reason, I feel like I've been overthinking a lot more than usual. I don't know if that's just because I've been scared about releasing these videos, but so to the people who've had to deal with my crazy overthinking, I've been like Olympic level jumping to conclusions and overthinking about things terribly. I want to say thank you so much, and I really appreciate you standing by me and not being mad or angry, and just kind of understanding, and it really does mean everything to me. So to those people, thank you so much. I appreciate you. You're amazing. So the other thing I want to talk about, just quickly, I don't want to make these videos too long because A, my camera doesn't have much space to do it all at once. I need to get my own. This isn't my camera. I need to get my own camera and bigger SD cards. The other thing I wanted to talk about was just briefly the branches of intrusive thoughts. So you have intrusive thoughts about violence. I call the main three branches, I would say, is violent intrusive thoughts, sexual intrusive thoughts, and I would say contamination. So you've got violent ones, which is self-explanatory. Violent thoughts about hurting people, hurting yourself, doing things like, you know, driving down the road saying I'm going to hit this person with my car, and like thinking through the entire process. You then have sexual ones, which are again self-explanatory. You have graphic sexual images when you look at people, or you just think it randomly, but you know, that kind of stuff. And then contamination is, oh no, this person's touched that, it's covered in their germs, I can't touch that, I can't go near that, I can't deal with this. Those are the three branches, I would say. I don't know if people have one branch more commonly than the others. Mine are more violent or contamination than sexual. It's just the way mine works. I don't know if anyone else is like that. But yeah, those are the main three branches. And what I want to say is that people who suffer from Pure will think that the thoughts they have are a reflection of who they are. Now that has been proven to not be true. The thoughts they have cannot be controlled and do not make logical sense. Now when I say proven to be true, obviously you got to take that with a grain of salt, because it's not always the case, but a lot of the time the people have these thoughts. For example, you could think about doing something horrifically violent. The person who thinks that would never do that, but to them, they think they would and could do that, and then they start overthinking the possibility that they are a psychopath and that they are a horrible person, and they start, it's just another cycle, and then another thought pops in their head and they do it all again. So that is just a description of what it is, and then I've just given you guys a description of the three main kind of intrusive thoughts. I will admit I struggle writing scripts and content for this, so hopefully this isn't too bad. I will try to make a video once a week. So I hope this made sense, and please feel free again to share, like, comment, subscribe, because that helps push the video in the lovely YouTube algorithm. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good time and hope you learned something. I'll see you all again next time.